All right, so by now most of you should know that my name is Yusef Scott, and I'm the guy behind the Forex University. I'm also considered the Forex GOAT online. You guys should already know this. Remember, as I always tell you guys, make sure you follow us on social media, Instagram, and definitely Facebook. We put our content over there as well. Now listen, as I always tell you guys, very thankful to have you guys here, very grateful. I realize you guys be on someone else's channel. And these times, you guys be doing something totally different, catching up on sleep, watching a series on TV, but you're watching this video, so I'm thankful. Now listen, I wanted to answer a question from someone. As I tell you guys before, I want to open a floor for you guys to ask questions based on whatever it is you want to know about Forex, and I'll answer them for you, okay? Because I really appreciate you guys supporting me. So a question came in. Let me go to it. All right, the question came in from Robert from Seattle, and Robert wanted to know, and I get this question all the time, so I thought it was important that I answer this question for everybody to set the record straight. So he wanted to know what's the difference between the Forex University and IML. All right, so let me explain this. And for starters, I'm not a part of IML. I've never been a part of IML. I'm not affiliated with them at all. All right, so I want you guys to know that I get questions about that as well. In fact, I've had one of their higher ups, so he said a couple of years ago, he emailed me and wanted me to bring over he wanted me to bring over all of my students to IML so that I can enjoy their compensation plan. I'm not going to do that. I built my company from the ground up, and based on the knowledge that I know about IML, our focus is on two different levels. I'm not focused on the same thing they're focused on, and vice versa. So it wouldn't work. So to answer Robert's question, and all of you out there who may be wondering the same thing, how are we different? From my students' point of view, those who have been trained by IML and they've come over here, and just to let you guys know, I've trained hundreds of people who've come through IML, and they found me and they said, you know what, I'm not all too happy with how things are going at IML. They came over to here, to the SodarneasyForex, when I was the movement and now the university. So this has been going on for, a few years now. So because of that, a lot of people who come through IML and they've been trained through me, ultimately, I've heard a lot of things about what they're not happy with, how things are going, and most of their reasons for coming to me is for the same reasons. So I'm going to tell you guys what's the difference between IML and the Forex University. So for starters, please know that IML has they have a compensation plan where they pay their students to recruit more people to grow the business on the recruiting side. On my end, I do offer an affiliate program, but that's not my department. That's not my department. I train my students. My focus is 100% training my students. So you'll never have to worry about me taking time out or taking time away from training my students. My focus is strictly training my students. Okay, I've had people tell me that their IML, I guess as you call it, their upline, it's hard to get in contact with them. So because of that, a lot of people, they're like, listen, I've come over here interested in learning how to trade Forex. Yeah, you guys have this, this referral program, which is, it may be, great compensation plan, but at the same time, my focus is training, is to be trained to trade Forex. On my end, I'm only training you to trade Forex. So you never have to worry about not being trained to trade Forex. It's strictly being trained to trade on the Forex market. That's my focus. So you don't have to worry about me being too busy. I'm not able to pick up my phone, or I'm too busy to answer emails. Quite frankly, I train thousands of people from all across the world. I can't talk to everybody over the phone. So email, DM, text, those are other avenues that you guys can message me through. And when I tell you guys in my training, when I train you all, I always ask you, there any questions? If there are questions that were not answered, you can email me your questions. So with that, I'm always keeping that window open for you to ask questions and have them answered. Okay, so other students from who left IML came over here. They also told me that you know, there are I guess limitations on the amount of videos that are available. You know, their training is subpar, basically what they're saying. My training, I'm very thorough with my training. I explain everything in full detail. My thing is this. Here's my logic. My logic is, when we're in training for that hour or so, I want to answer all the possible questions there could be, because I don't want emails afterwards. I don't want emails, so I pride myself on answering everything thoroughly. Okay, and honestly, I don't get a whole lot of emails. I get more emails from aspiring students who are looking to join than my own students. So that says a lot about the training. And if you guys, like, at the end of the day, if you do not, if you don't ask a question and raise your hand, I don't know that you're in need of something being answered. So you have to, you know, raise your hand to get your question answered. But if there's no opportunity to do that, then, you know, there's a problem. There goes the problem right there. So those are some of the main things that I get people who leave IML, who are considering joining my camp, or people who are considering joining me, or they're sort of on the fence between IML and the SodarneasyForex University. I guess the main focus, or what you should really consider, is, what are you after? Are you after the marketing side, where you can recruit more people? Is that your motivation, or is your motivation actually being trained to trade Forex? If your focus is if your focus is being trained to trade Forex, then my focus is 100% on Forex training. That's it. All right. You don't have to worry about it upline or being in line and hoping that your upline is going to respond. You don't have to worry about that over here. So that's the main thing. And then on top of that, I've had people say that, like I said, there are limits or limitations on the videos. Over here, we have 800 plus videos, probably even over 900 at this point, of video content that I've had for over the last 4 or 5 years, all relevant material. There are no duplicate videos from YouTube. This is all brand new material that's all it's all related to the material that I cover that's in our private area. The material on YouTube, you know, it's not, everything is not explained in full detail. Over here, we have everything and then some that's fully and thoroughly explained. So big differences, you know, between YouTube and my material here over, you know, in our members area. So big difference. So that's probably about it as far as the difference. I guess over there you have, I'm going to teach you how to trade. I'm going to teach you simple strategies. You're not going to rely on indicators. That's another thing. I don't rely on indicators. I know they have some type of, what is it? Because people ask me if it's a scanner. It's harmonic scanner. People ask me if I have that. I'm like, no, I'm not a part of IML. So I don't have that particular strategy or indicator or EA or whatever it is. I don't have that. I don't need that. I teach my students how to trade with their own logic, using technicals, and very little, if any, indicators at all. I mean, really bare naked trading, because you can get into the market with no indicators at all. Absolutely no indicators. You don't need any indicators over here to get into the market, and I will show you how to do it. So those are the main differences between IML and over here. And please know that my opinion about IML, or what I know about IML, is mainly coming from what students have told me. So that's very important to know. So as I always tell you guys, remember, stay safe, stay healthy, and listen, stay prayed up in these uncertain times. All right, we'll see you guys next time in the next video. Peace, everyone.